Good morning, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and today I bring you guys my green-black Issho deck profile 2024 post OP09. If you don't know, Issho is one of those underrated leaders that a lot of people have just forgotten about. He's the first green-black leader we've ever received from OP04, and he has two really strong effects. First effect is 1 Dawn attached to him. During your turn, give all your opponent's characters -1 cost. And then during the end phase, you may rest 1 Dawn to set one 5-cost character you control as active. So you can restand a 5-cost or less character, and he gives -1 cost to all characters on field, which is a pretty powerful effect. He is green-black, which feels pretty good. Now, I do think Issho gets better in OP10. However, I wanted to show you my build from OP09, because I do think the deck changes significantly once OP10 comes out. I'm really happy with the list I made now, so let's get straight into this. So first things first, we're playing 2 copies of Kuzan. This is a really solid 10 drop for decks that need it. Literally, this card literally says -5 cost on play on your turn. When he KOs a 5-cost character. If you have, of course, Issho with his ability activated, you can kill any 6-cost character. Sadly, there's only one way to put a Rested Dawn on him, which is through the Hina, which has no counter, so we're not playing her. However, she's still a pretty solid card, so you do want to consider her. But Kuzan is a really solid card. This is a solid 2-0 for the deck. He kills things. He's a 10 cost, 10k body that makes 5 everything, which feels pretty good. We're also playing 2 copies of Kaido. Kaido also feels really good. Kaido literally says, hey, I'm a 9-drop character that activate me. You may trash one card from your hand. Then, if this character is played this turn, you either KO a character with 7 or less costs, and then your opponent trashes a card from hand. With your leader ability, if you have 1 Dawn attached to him, you can kill an 8-cost character for free, and trash your opponent's card from hand, which feels pretty good. And then, as long as you have any other minus on field, you can kill any character in the game, which feels amazing. We're also playing 2 copies of 8-drop Sabo. He's an 8/9 that says, hey, trash one card from your hand. Then KO an opponent's 5 costs, and then 3-cost character, which feels pretty awesome. He's a really strong card, and then, of course, with other minusing cards on field, you kill basically about everything. Finally, for our last big monsters, we're playing 2 copies of Jack. Jack is a really solid card. He gains 4 costs while he's on field, and then activate main, you may rest this character, draw 1 trash, 1 to KO an opponent's character with 3 or less costs, which feels pretty good. So that is it for our giant monsters. Let's talk about the cards we're playing in the deck. So first things first, we're playing 4 copies of Nico Robin. Nico Robin is a really interesting card. She on play or when attacking, if you control an 8-cost higher character, gives -4 costs to a character, which feels pretty good. Should be way better if she was 1 less cost, because then you can restand her with Issho, which feels really nice. However, because she's a 6 cost, you cannot restand her with Issho. But she is a 6/7, which is pretty great stats. And overall, it's a really good card. We're also playing 4 copies of Carrot. Carrot's really good in green-black in general, just because if you can reduce the cost on a character, Carrot can freeze 10 drops. Let's say you have a 10-drop character on field. If you can reduce them down to 7, Carrot can freeze them when they're rested, which feels pretty awesome. We're also playing, of course, 4 copies of X-Drake, which is just another fantastic card. It's a Navy card, so it is searchable if you're playing this Navy Searcher. Also, on play, you may KO one of your opponent's rested 4-cost characters, which feels really nice. Also, it's a 5-cost, so we can restand him. We're also playing 4 copies of Monkey D. Luffy. Monkey D. Luffy is an interesting card. Basically, when he attacks, you can trash 1 card from your opponent controls with 2 or less costs. Then, you may shuffle back characters with 4 costs or more from your trash or bottom deck. And this character gains a 5 power for each card return. And that is actually a really strong effect. So basically, not only can you just keep restanding him to that powerful effect, however, he can kill any 2 costs when swinging. And he gets really big, so he can swing into other units while he KOs other units, which feels pretty good. We're also playing, of course, 4 copies of Hina. She's just a great blocker that we can restand. She's a 5/6 blocker that says, hey, on block, you may rest one of your opponent's 6 cost or less characters, and they cannot attack this turn. So she freezes a character, which feels pretty solid. And the fact you can restand her feels great. We're also playing 4 copies of Virgo, just because it's a 2K, which is really, really nice. You don't ever actually play him, but he is a really solid 2K for the deck. Next, for 4 cost characters, we're playing 4 copies of Kuzan, a great card to restand with Leader. I'm glad this card finally got a reprint. It's a 4/5 that says on play, draw 1 card. He also has the ability to, when attacking, give -4 to your opponent's character, just like Nico Robin, but less restrictive. We're also playing 4 copies of lovely Shirahoshi. Shirahoshi is a great card. Shirahoshi just says, hey, I'm a blocker that on play -4 cost to a character, which feels pretty good. If you want, you could probably fit Laboon in here. If you can have Laboons, Laboon might be a better Kuzan, but to each their own. We're also playing 4 copies of Borsellino, because Borsellino is just a really good card. He's a 4/5 blocker, 4/5 blocker, which becomes a 6, and he also can't be KO'd by card effects, which feels really nice. Now for our 2Ks, we're playing 4 copies of Tashigi, because Tashigi is absolutely amazing, and she's one of the best 2Ks in the game. And we're also playing 4 copies of Suru as our last 2Ks for deck, and the last cards in our deck. So that's it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy. Those are being stupid. See you on the next one. And bye. And tell me in the comments what you think about the list. If you think I should make some changes, let me know. Anyway, see you on the next one. Bye-bye.